Hi, I'm Justin Dunn, the Senior Field Marketing Specialist at Haws, a global emergency equipment manufacturing company with over 100 years of experience in the industry. We are dedicated to improving the health and safety of our global community. In this video, we'll be highlighting the key considerations for the utilization of emergency eye washes, eye face washes, and an eye face wash with a shower, as well as step-by-step post-exposure first aid scenarios for each type of equipment. When faced with a particulate, chemical, or corrosive material exposure, decisive action can greatly improve the odds of keeping your eyesight, lowering the potential for skin grafts, and decreasing the length of your hospital stay. It can even make the difference between life and death. We want you to fully understand by the end of this video what steps to take after an exposure to a harmful substance. Now, the three types of emergency equipment we'll be covering include an eye wash, a device used to provide fluid to irrigate and flush the eyes, defined by two dedicated streams of water, one for each eye. An eye face wash, a device used to provide fluid to irrigate and flush both the face and the eyes simultaneously, with two dedicated eye wash water streams, as well as a face wash stream, rinsing both the upper and lower portions of your face. And lastly, a combination unit, an interconnected assembly of emergency equipment supplied by a single source of flushing fluid that includes both an eye face wash and a full body decontamination shower. Now, how do you decide what type of equipment to use? The type of emergency first aid flushing equipment you'll need is located in Section 4 of your safety data sheet, or SDS. This will tell you whether rinsing of the eyes and or skin are necessary after exposure, along with the amount of flushing time that's required. If flushing of the eyes is required, an eye wash will be needed. If flushing of the eyes and sensitive skin around the eyes is necessary, for example, when dealing with irritants or non-corrosive but harmful chemicals, then we need an eye face wash. And lastly, if the substance is in any way a corrosive, a combination unit with eye face wash and shower is required. Remember, when in doubt, install a combination unit. Full body decontamination is never the wrong answer. Now, equipment use procedures when a person is alone. Upon exposure when working alone, mentally note the substance you were exposed to for later, and immediately shout for help to alert nearby coworkers and begin quickly moving towards the nearest emergency flushing station. Activate the equipment and rinse off any personal protective gear you may have been wearing before removal. Remove clothing if the hazard was an irritant or corrosive. Use your fingers to spread your eyelids as far as possible and plunge your eyes and face into the equipment to begin your 15-minute irrigation. Longer, depending on the substance. After 15 minutes, if nobody has responded to shouting or lights and alarms, call emergency services and remain in place if told to do so by first responders. If you can move, seek any necessary first aid items and wait for first responders to arrive. Be sure to clearly communicate what you were exposed to when they arrived. When a person is not alone. If you are not alone, much of the process remains the same, but allow your coworker or supervisor to guide you to the nearest emergency flushing station and begin your first aid treatment while others call emergency services. Track down the correct SDS documents for the first responders and retrieve any necessary first aid items that you may need.